Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we will learn all of the notes in the C major scale. We're going to start on our first fret, which is our F note. So how this works is it's alphabetical from wherever we start. We start on an F note, so the next note is going to be G, then A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. So whatever the starting note is, you're going to go alphabetical from that note. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so we start on the G note. It would be G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on. Okay, so whatever note you start on, it's alphabetical after that note, keeping in mind that there's no sharps or flats in this key, so we're all looking for natural notes, A, B, C, D, F, and G. Okay, so our first example starts on our first fret, which is an F note, and we have 1, 3, 5 on the low E, and we have 2, 3, 5 on the A, and we have 2, 3, 5 on the D. If you look at the diagram, you'll see these patterns repeating. Okay, so what we try to do to remember these shapes is we look for patterns. Okay, so some of these strings have the exact same shape. Okay, so keep an eye on that. This is how you're going to remember them. All right, so starting with our F note again, we have 1, 3, 5 in a low E, 2, 3, 5 on the A, 2, 3, 5 on the D, 2, 4, 5 on the G, 3, 5, 6 on the B, and 3, 5, 7 on the high E. And we move on to our next one, which starts on our third fret. And this is a G note that we'll be starting on. So we'll have G, A, B, that's your 3, 5, 7 on your low E. And underneath we'll have C, D, and E, which is 3, 5, 7 on your A again. Then we'll have F, G, and A on our D string, 3, 5, 7 again. So this is a shape where you can see these three strings are identical shapes. Okay. And then we go to our D string, we're going to have 4, 5, 7. That's our B, C, and D. And then we're going to go to our 5th fret on our B string, and we have E, 6th fret is F, and the 8th fret is G. Okay. And another way that you can kind of figure this out is that knowing that there's no E sharp, that E and F are next to each other, and B and C are next to each other. There's no B sharp. Okay, so this is something that you can also use to help you along here. All right, so we have our 5, 6, 8 on our B, and then we finish it off with 5, 7, 8 on the high E, which is A, B, and C. Okay, so all together up top here for our second scale position. Okay, and then we go on to the 5th fret here, which is our A note. So we're going to have A, B, C, D, F, G. Okay, so our first note is A, B, C, so we have 5, 7, 8 on the low E. And we have D, E, and F on the next A string here, which is going to be the exact same shape. Okay, so you have 5, 7, 8 again. So we have two strings that are identical. Okay, then we go to our D string, we're going to have 5, 7, 9, and on the G string, we're going to have 5, 7, 9. Okay, and that is C, D, sorry, that's G, A, and B, and C, D, and E. Okay, so G, A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, so our next guy is going to be our F note on our B string. That's our 6th fret here. We have F, G, and A. So it's going to be 6, 8, and 10 on the B. Okay. All right, so we have F, G, A. The next note we're looking for is a B. It's on the 7th fret of the high E. We have B, C on the 8th fret, and D on the 10th fret. Okay, so all together, starting on your 5th fret, this shape looks like. Okay, moving on to the 7th fret, which is a B note. So we're going to have B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on, okay? So we have 7, 8, 10, 7, 8, 10 for our first set of notes. Then it's going to switch to 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 10. So there's another way that you can memorize this shape, okay, starting on our B note. So we have 7, 8, 10, 7, 8, 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 10. Okay, and then we go to our B string, we're going to have 8, 10, 12. And then on the high E string, we'll have 8, 10, 12, okay? And this is an easy shape to memorize. Okay, moving on. Start on our 8th fret, which is a C note. We're going to have C, D, E, F, G, and A. So the first 6 notes make up the same shape. We're going to have 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12. Then we're going to have 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12. Then we're going to have 10, 12, 13, 10, 12, 13. So this shape actually has groups of 2 that are identical. So our low E and A strings, same shape. Our D and G strings are the same shape, and our B and high E strings are the same shape. And this is actually the C major scale. If you look at it, it just starts in C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and so on, okay? And the next one is going to be a D note that we're going to start on. That's on your 10th fret here. And we're going to go alphabetical. We have D, E, and F, which is 10, 12, 13. And then we're going to have G, A, and B, which is 10, 12, and 14. This one's a little tricky. But the good news is the next 2 strings are the same. You're going to have 10, 12, 14, 10, 12, 14 again. So after you get by that first bar there, that 10, 12, 13, you're going to have 10, 12, 14, 10, 12, 14, 10, 12, 14, okay? Okay, so we're ending on an A note, so the next note we want is a B note, so it's on the 12th fret. We need B, C, and D, so that's 12, 13, and 15 on that B. And then on the high E, we have 12, 13, 15, which is E, F, and G. So all together, that shape looks like. And our last shape is starting on the 12th fret. It's an E note. So we're going to have E, F, and G, which is 12, 13, 15. Underneath we have A, B, and C, which is 12, 14, 15. Then we have D, E, and F on the D string, which is 12, 14, and 15. Then we have G, A, and B on our G string here. We have 12, 14, 16. And on the B string, we have C, D, and E. And then on the high E string, we have E, F, and G on the 13, 15, 17. So that last shape goes like so: 12, 13, 15, 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 16. On the B string, we have 13, 15, 17. And then on the high E, we have 13, 15, 17. Okay, so that's all 7 notes of that scale. So it all covers from your first fret down to around your 15th, 17th fret here, okay? So I encourage you to play every one of these scales down, back and forth to get familiar with where all of the natural notes are on the neck. Then go ahead and practice these over any backing track in the key of C major or A minor. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.